Well, I am human, so well, I mean, depends who you ask, but I am, and so you're sort of only left with that. So you're, you know, and I think that we find Vision at this point struggling on a quest to understand what being human is, and beginning to succeed. And in actual fact, the most human thing that he does in the movie is to make a mistake. Well, I think it sort of flips when certain information comes to light for Tony Stark about the Winter Soldier. And then he starts behaving in a passionate and non-logical way. You know, yes, I think that very difficult. It's a very difficult decision that the team is faced with, and I think it's the lesser of two evils. But you know, they represent a superpower with that many that much firepower between them all. So there needs to be some sort of regulatory body, I think, is the obvious answer. Well, I think that's why that's one of the strengths of these movies as they continue, and why they continue to work, you know, and why the movies, in my opinion, just are getting stronger, is that they're becoming more complex and more reflective of the world that we actually live in, which is interesting. For a huge 4-quadrant popcorn movie, it's touching on some interesting ideas. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I think it's like our world, but it's obviously not our world, because it's a world in which superheroes exist and frankly aliens exist, and I don't think you know, so I think there's a sort of buffer between you and real life where you're able to, you know, think about and consider, you know, some really big questions. But I don't think it's a decision between state control or private control. It's a decision between private control and a UN, you know, which is not a government or a state, but it's a regulatory body, and it's one of the best things we ever did as the UN is one of the best things we ever did as Homo sapiens, right? I mean, it was a great dream that came true, the United Nations.